What's going on, everybody? It's Dan here, representing Keeping It Black and White. And previous video I did an unboxing of the Apple Airpods. So I actually was able to use these bad boys for the past 2 weeks, and I want to give my honest review. I'm just doing this review from a consumer perspective, meaning I am not a tech guy. I'm not going to dissect these AirPods and tell you the exact specs and tech that it's made out of. I'm just here to tell you guys from an average consumer point of view what my pros were using them, what the cons were, if it's worth the money, etc. So the first thing we're going to dive into, and I'm just going to let you guys know I have my Apple Watch, and I'll get to how the Apple Watch and the AirPods go one-on-one with one another. I do have my notes on my phone, and I wanted to cover this to kind of make it structured. So the first thing we're going to talk about is connectivity, meaning your Bluetooth. How easy really is it for your AirPods to connect with your phone? We all know, based on my previous video, it was almost instant. As soon as I took them out of the AirPods, it was instant. But there was a little bit of an issue with it connecting to my MacBook Pro as well as my iPad. It was not instant connecting with those devices, but I will say that it took probably 1 to 2 seconds to connect, and that's not an issue. For people who need speed, that may be a slight little issue with them, but 1 to 2 seconds, come on guys, it's 1 to 2 seconds. It's not, the end of the world when it comes to connectivity with that. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the distance. Now, I did not put a ruler down and calculate how much feet and steps I took in order to get far away from these when it would disconnect from my phone, but I will say you do have a good amount of distance to still hear your AirPods at a reasonable distance. It's not, I take 5 steps and then I can't hear any music. No, you have a bit of a distance. The issue with it is going far away and then cutting corners. So if you go behind a wall, or say in my gym, because I just came back from the gym, when I'm going to the gym, if I walk away from my phone, I leave my phone at a specific station indicating that I'm still using that machine so no one takes it, and I'll walk away and go to the drinking fountain. The drinking fountain in the gym that I go to is like a hall. You turn to the right and then you go back there. Sometimes what will happen is the music will cut in and out, and then as I start walking back to my phone, it's back to normal. Alright, the next thing I wanted to talk about is how easy it is to use these AirPods. You flip it open like this, okay? You put it in one ear, like so. Pop it in one, pop it in another, put this back. That's it. Don't worry about them. Sometimes, honestly, you'll forget to worry about them. So the ease of use. I took these things to the gym. I took these things when I went grocery shopping, when I'm driving home from work, going over a friend's house. Everywhere I went, I had my AirPods, and it was very easy to use. It was not too, I guess, when you have these are the Sony M2s, okay? When you take these headphones and you put them over your ear, it can kind of it can set a negative signal to other people that you don't want to be bothered. Don't bother me, I'm listening to music. It can be very tacky. What I do like with and this is my personal opinion when I say this, what I do like about the AirPods is they're kind of discreet in a way that you're not walking around with, these like that. You're not walking around like that. You're walking around with some earbuds in your ear, and it's discreet. You can simply just go like this, the music pauses, you can speak, you can talk, and you're good. You're good to go. Yes, you can use Siri commands, but that's, honestly, using Siri will be part of my cons when I talk about the cons. And I know some of you guys are like, well, how is using Siri a con? Well, I will get to that a little bit later in the video. So yes, ease of use, it is pretty easy to use. It does not cause any discomfort. A lot of people, and this is another thing, people have certain hairstyles they like to rock. If you have an overhead headphones like my Sony M2s, if you put this on your head, because I used to have long hair, used to have like a frohawk. Every time I go to the gym, I'd put these on. If you hear barking, that's my neighbor's dog. But I'd put these on, and it would be a huge dent in my hairstyle, and I'd have to fix my hairstyle. For females using overhead headphones, sometimes it can ruin their hair. Guys, if you have these cool, fancy haircuts, hairstyles, and you don't want it to get ruined, these definitely come in handy. Just pop. Another thing that I find that's good is that when you're driving and you have to send a text message, you can just use Siri. Now, Siri will not work if your screen is blank. If your screen lights up like this, you can say, "Hey Siri." And as you guys see there, it will activate. If it is blank or turned off, no Siri commands will work. So that is a con. Now, going into some of the cons of the AirPods, one is Siri. Let's be realistic here. This is the real world. I'm coming from a consumer perspective, an average person who in a day-to-day will maybe go through traffic, as in walking traffic, such as if you live in a busy city area where you're walking everywhere, or you go into the gym and college settings and work settings and you have your music playing, you're not going to be saying, "Hey Siri, volume up, hey Siri, next, previous song." You're not going to be shouting these commands. People are going to look at you crazy if you do that. And plus, you're going to look kind of embarrassing. Obviously, I'm in the settings of my own house and I can say all these commands. But when I'm out in public, I don't say these commands, and I use my phone to adjust the volume because there's not really a command to do that. Now, I did set the command to each AirPod. So for the right AirPod, I skip the song. For the left AirPod, I go to the previous song, which is cool feature. There's a very cool feature. But the downside with that is, right here, if you guys, it might not focus. There we go. It's going to focus a little bit. Okay, right there. There's a certain spot where you have to double tap in order to change the song. There's been so many times you don't know where that spot is. I can tap here, I can tap there. I'm tapping all over the place, and I'm not changing the song. See, the music started playing, and I double tapped automatically. But yeah, so it's just the matter of where you're pressing can be an issue for some people. It's not consistent. 70% of the time, it does work. You double tap, it skips the song. You double tap previously, it will replay that song, or you double tap 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it'll go back to the next song. So that can be pretty a con for some people. And then here's where the Apple Watch comes into play. You can use it to skip songs if you feel more comfortable using it, but that would mean you would have to go out and buy like a $200, $300, $400 Apple Watch in order to use it. So my overall review of these headphones, I bought these for about $129 on eBay. I think original retail price is like $159.99. These are the Apple AirPods, the first series. This does not come with the wireless case charging capabilities. This is just the basic model. And I will say that the price, the $160 price, is not justifiable with the features that it comes with. I've had other earbuds that can do the same and then some. But again, this is actually really good quality, and I think it is an investment worth investing in if you are serious about this product. Now, if you would have asked me what I would actually give the retail price of these AirPods, I would say I'd probably pay about $59.99 or $69.99. I would not want to pay $159.99 for these AirPods, in my personal opinion. But overall, I think they're good. They're not going to sound as good as overhead headphones. Doesn't matter what you have. I have the Sony M2s. You could have the Sony M3s, the Bose, the Beats, whatever overhead headphones you have. They would always win. In sound quality, they would always win. But the one thing that with the AirPods that I really, really do like is the fact that they are really convenient to use, and the sound quality is not bad at all. I would have to rate it a 7.5 out of 10. The sound quality is good. You can hear background things in the music. It is solid. It is good. Speaking of sound quality, here's another little thing I don't think a lot of people touch on, and this is a bonus. So I want to get some music here. I want to show you what I'm talking about. This is just a random instrumental. Right here, the volume is set to medium. Medium or higher is when you can actually hear the music. The lower you go, it's really difficult to hear the music, and I don't even understand why like Apple even does this, because you can barely hear it. Once you hit medium to high, you can hear the music very well. I just think it's very unfortunate that you have to go that high in order to start really hearing the quality of the music. Anything lower than that is like you can barely hear it. With the sounds and things around you, you can barely hear what's going on. And then another unfortunate thing is that when I'm at the gym, I usually have to have it to about 90% to 100% volume max in order to hear the true quality of the music. Once it's at that level, all sounds around me get drowned out. These AirPods, out of 1 out of 10, I would give them a solid 8 out of 10. if you dish out the cash, you're not going to be wasting your money. These are really good. I use them all the time. Like I said, I just finished washing some dishes and I had my music playing and it was amazing. Instead of using these bad boys, I was using these. So overall, hope you guys like that little rundown, the breakdown of it, just to give you guys from a consumer perspective of what I think of these AirPods. I think they're good. I think they're solid. They're very pricey. So if you don't want to spend the money, please don't buy them, because it's not. If you have the money, pick them up, because you will not be disappointed. Anyways, this is Dan here, representing Keeping It Black and White. Please comment, like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You know, I do a lot of reviews, I do a lot of things like that. So with that, peace out, guys.